It was before I knew the concepts of sexism and what it meant, and really missed some of the things that the mostly male employees who were working with me were doing when were engaged in. I mean, it just went right past me because I didn't recognize it. There were men working at the co-op who deeply resented not being put in charge. I remember one young man who had a college degree and was in his degree was in I think agriculture or something like that, and he resented not being the executive director. And here was this woman who did not have a degree in anything and who didn't know all of the science that he knew. And some of the things I realized that he wouldn't do at my request now was part of that resentment. The farm manager resented the fact that I was given the new truck to go to all of these meetings at night. And it was a practical decision on John's part because I would be riding around all over this county at night by myself, and they wanted something that was reliable. But farm managers always had the new trucks here. The farm managers on white plantations always had the truck. And we didn't understand that caused resentment, and it caused his status to be, I didn't know any of this, that caused his status to be lowered and caused him to be the recipient of jokes and stuff by men at the barber shop and at the post office and at the grocery store. Well, I see they kicked you out of that new truck and gave it to that woman, and you riding around this old truck and all of that kind of stuff. And one man in particular who didn't think a woman should be his boss would do things like drive the tractor off in bogs and bog them up and do stuff. And I just didn't recognize any of this behavior as sexism. I didn't understand it. Had been influenced by my father, who really was a feminist, that women should study and learn how to be independent so they didn't have to stoop, which I had to look up to find out what stoop meant. But I figured it was something that I wasn't supposed to do and other women weren't supposed to do. They were supposed to learn as much as they could about taking care of themselves. So I just had been socialized by my family not to see any limitations on what you could do. So driving a tractor down through the field didn't pose any problems for me. Being out there with the men, loading cucumbers or doing whatever we had to do at 5 o'clock in the morning or being out there until 8 o'clock at night, none of that was any different than anything that I had been doing. So it was very difficult to understand all of that.